So when we think of Navy SEALs, we think of the best of the best. These men and women have completed some of the most grueling training in the world. They've been pushed to their physical and mental limits and have emerged victorious. They are the epitome of human resilience. But what if we told you that for one Navy SEAL, being a SEAL wasn't enough? He wanted to be the hardest SEAL who ever lived. His name is David Goggins, and his story is one of dedication, hard work, and an unrelenting pursuit of excellence. After completing SEAL training, most would be content to wear the trident and call it a day. But for Goggins, it was just the beginning. You see, most people, when they achieve a goal, they feel a sense of satisfaction and accomplishment. They bask in the glory of their success and revel in the accolades of others. And then they move on to the next shiny object, never really pushing themselves to their full potential. But Goggins, he was different. He didn't want to be a SEAL. He wanted to be the hardest SEAL who ever lived. He wanted to push himself beyond what he thought was possible. And to do that, he needed to find a way to tap into something deeper, something more primal, something he called his dark self. Most people try to avoid their dark side, but for Goggins, he embraced it. He used it to fuel his training and push himself further than anyone else. But it wasn't easy. There were times when he wanted to quit, when the pain was too much and the voices in his head told him to stop. But Goggins, he pushed through. He pushed through the pain, the doubt, the fear, because he knew that on the other side of that struggle was greatness. He didn't train like a SEAL. He trained like a man possessed. Every rep, every run, every mile was another brick in the wall he was building around himself, a wall that would keep him focused and motivated even when no one was watching. And then something incredible happened. As Goggins continued to push himself, he began to find a sense of stillness within the chaos. He learned that true power comes from within, from the quietest place in the mind, and it was there in that stillness that he discovered his greatest strength, his ability to control his own mind. Most people are at the mercy of their thoughts, but Goggins, he was in control. He could turn his pain into power, his doubt into determination, his fear into focus. He learned that the mind is a powerful tool, and with it, he could accomplish anything he set his mind to. But Goggins wasn't done yet. He wanted to push himself even harder, to find out what he was truly capable of. So he turned to the Special Forces, the Army Rangers. He wanted to be the hardest SEAL who ever lived. But by joining the Rangers, he was taking on a whole new challenge. It was a test of his physical and mental toughness. But Goggins, he thrived on challenges. He pushed himself to the limit, embracing the pain and the fatigue, knowing that it was all part of the process. And as he pushed himself harder than he ever had before, he began to find a new sense of freedom, a freedom that came from knowing that he was in control of his own destiny. But Goggins wasn't just doing this for himself. He was proving to the world that anyone can become a Navy SEAL, that it's not about where you come from or what you have, but about what you're willing to do. He was breaking down barriers and inspiring others to push past their own limitations. In the end, Goggins not only became the hardest SEAL who ever lived, but he also became a role model for everyone who dares to dream big and push past their perceived limitations. He proved that greatness doesn't come from circumstances, but from the relentless pursuit of excellence, from the courage to embrace pain and the unwavering belief in oneself. So if you're ever feeling stuck or unmotivated, remember the story of David Goggins, the man who became the hardest SEAL who ever lived. Embrace your dark self, find stillness in chaos, and never, ever give up on your dreams. Because greatness doesn't come to those who seek it. Greatness comes to those who deserve it, and you deserve it. Now get out there and make it happen. Thank you very much.